In today's video, we've got a little bit of news to share with you, which is interesting from a license and game perspective, in the fact that it was rumored Arcade1Up had potentially lost both IT Incredible Technologies and Raw Thrills. So we have some news relating to both of them, with a new Golden Tee Classics arcade collection coming to consoles, and it looks like we're getting a new Big Buck Hunter Arcade1Up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Michael B. We've got a little bit of news to share with you today, as we found out Digital Clips and Atari are releasing the Golden Tee Arcade Classics Collection, 2 consoles coming up this summer. And on top of that, we have some breaking news based on what looks to be port data about a brand new Big Buck Hunter Arcade1Up cab coming to retail soon. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate your support. If this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe. Click the bell for notification, all that YouTube jazz. So first up, guys, today we've got the surprise announcement about the Golden Tee Arcade Classics Collection coming to console in the very near future from Incredible Technologies and Atari. This is a new way for people to play these games outside of having to go and buy an arcade cabinet, or, illegally download the ROM so you can play it on a multicade or on your PC. So this is exciting. I think this is one of the first time a collection like this is, in fact, coming to console. So it looks like this collection is coming out July 17th. You can take a look at the official page on the Atari website. There's going to be physical copies of the games available as well. You can see the Nintendo Switch version, PlayStation 5 version showcased here. It's also coming to Xbox, Steam, a few other places as well. Hit the links from the comfort of home. So this is going to be one of those arcade classics home console editions. It's got 8 games, and I bet you can guess what 8 games are in fact included. So here it is, 8 classic arcade games. We'll go into them in just a little bit. Turn-based multiplayer, so not online. Yeah, just like Arcade1Up, there's never an online, but there is local online. Interactive trackball controls, which is really interesting because how do you play Golden Tee with a controller? A completely new and novel interface gives you tight control over a digital trackball, recreating the classic arcade experience. We'll have to see how that works out. Achievement and trophies, in-game achievements for golf, shuffle shot, and bowling. Mulligans on demand. So if you're shit at Golden Tee, kind of like I am sometimes, you can do your mulligans and play how you want. So anyways, there's another look at what it's going to be. You can see the bezel on each side with the screen in the middle. Coming soon to Xbox, Steam, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Good Old Games, which I'm not actually familiar with. So that is what we're going to get from Golden Tee Arcade Classics. Now, like I said, one of the ways this was readily available for play in the past was through Arcade1Up and their Golden Tee 3D Golf Cabinet, or their original Golden Tee. I want to talk specifically about the Golden Tee 3D Golf Deluxe XL, because once you take a look at the games list here, additional information, you take a look at the games list, it's the exact same games list that's available on this arcade collection. So it's basically taking all the games that's available on this cabinet, moving them off this cabinet, and then putting them on a console. Now, we had heard rumors about Arcade1Up possibly losing the license or losing the IP for Incredible Technologies games. It seems like they're looking to find a new way to make revenue from these games. And of course, the most, sensible way to go is to move it to consoles. That's essentially what they did. They took their IP from Arcade1Up and moved it over to consoles. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now, does this mean that Arcade1Up have in fact lost this license? No, it doesn't add any credibility to that, but it certainly takes away from their exclusivity and being able to provide this game. Now, are we really that disappointed about Golden Tee being gone from the Arcade1Up space or arcade space? I mean, we had talked about it last year. It was really super overdone, even with New Wave Toys coming out with their own Golden Tee 3D Replicade with the Glen control deck. They're who I feel bad for in this because I don't think this is going to really impact Arcade1Up sales or it's going to impact their sales of their Replicade, but we had heard rumors about a new Golden Tee control deck that was going to be available at retail. This is going to, basically in my mind compete directly with this arcade console launch. So I do really feel bad for New Wave Toys in this situation. And there's a lot of options out there to play Golden Tee, specifically these 8 games. Now the question is, how good will the experience be on console? Well, that's hard to determine. I mean, they talk about that virtual trackball, and let me tell you, trackball games are meant to be played with a trackball, so I don't know exactly what the experience will be like. If you've ever tried to play Golden Tee with a controller, I would imagine it's something like that. Maybe, I don't know. This digital trackball controls really weird me out. Like, I don't know how that's going to work or what the experience is going to be like, but I do know that it's going to be something that's relatively cheap. Everybody has access to it. So, that's a good thing for those people, but it will impact, the arcade space. Maybe not Arcade1Up so much, but I do worry about New Wave Toys and their new retail outing. Now, moving on from there, I want to talk about Arcade1Up Big Buck Hunter Pro. Now, this is a cab. I've stayed away from the deluxe. I had the original, and the original was kind of small, but so many people love their Big Buck Hunter cabs. This is one of the favorite in many people's collections. I've heard that the new version is a lot taller, which improves upon the initial release. Still no light-up marquee, which pisses me off to no end, but I've had this myself, and this is a good game with tons of replayability. Now, Raw Thrills was another company that was rumored to have left Arcade1Up's folds, no longer going to be working with Arcade1Up. If you hear the rumors behind the scenes, there's some unpaid royalties or, difference of opinion with the licenses. So we didn't really know what was going to happen. If you take a look at the Big Buck Hunter Pro Deluxe, this seems to be sold out or out of stock according to Arcade1Up. And with the rumors out there that, they're no longer working together, it seemed like we weren't going to get another Big Buck Hunter Pro in the future. Well, that is until today when one of my followers and friends, Jim the Pacers fan, posted in my Discord some shipping data. And I know you guys eye roll whenever shipping data comes up, but take a chill pill, man. Some people enjoy this stuff. We like the rumors. Get over yourself. So anyways, he posted some shipping data, which he found extremely interesting. It looks like we're getting a restock on the Fast and the Furious arcade machine. Of course, they just had that Father's Day sale, and people were saying, well, it's out of stock everywhere. It looks like the shipment came in a little bit late to hit the Father's Day sale. But under that, it says Big Buck Hunter Mossy Oak Deluxe arcade machine. So that is super interesting because we did talk about how it looked like Arcade1Up didn't have anything new in the pipes this year, didn't have any deluxe cabs. Looks like that might not be true because they're indicating there's a new version of Big Buck Hunter Deluxe coming. Then it actually has a new name and new code, this new Mossy Oak Deluxe Edition. What could this possibly be? So first off, I'm shocked. I really thought just the classic SE cabs and the pub table, that was all we were going to get this year. It didn't take long for that theory to be disproven, for me to be disproven, because it looks like there are more deluxe cabs on the way, a new version of Big Buck Hunter. Now, we don't know much about it at this time. We just know that a new version is coming, Mossy Oak, and it has a new product number. We don't know much more about it than that. So, of course, this is good news because this means Raw Thrills and Arcade1Up, at least right now, are still working together. What we don't know about the cabinet is anything past the fact that there's shipping data for it. We don't know what the screen's going to be like. Is it going to have a 16 by 9, 15.6 inch monitor? I mean, people were already frustrated with the 17-inch monitor in the original Big Buck Hunter Deluxe Pro, so I can't imagine they're using that smaller laptop screen. Plus, this is a real litmus test to talk about the future of Arcade1Up, because when we saw those 16 by 9 screens in those Walmart cabs, the hope was that was just for the Walmart cab. So here we have what could potentially be the first new deluxe cab in a very long time. Will they still use a 16 by 9 monitor, or are they still going to offer 4x3 BOE monitors in the 17-inch variety? Time will tell. The other question I have is if this is in fact a new cab, like, basically the code name, the new branding Mossy Oak does imply. Will this still have the same form factor, or will this adopt a slim form factor, which seems to be the progression they're moving with all their other cabs? I guess we will find out in the next couple of weeks. So anyways, guys, that's all the news I wanted to cover today. Really interesting from a licenses and rumor perspective. Two companies that were both rumored to be done with Arcade1Up. Incredible Technologies partnering with Atari, who were also rumored to be done with Arcade1Up. And of course, Raw Thrills. It looks like Incredible Technologies is taking their licenses, taking their ball, and going home and going to another court and bringing this stuff out to console. The question is, how will that virtual trackball work, and what will the experience be like on home consoles? I guess with the super lowered price, people are going to have lowered expectations, but we'll see how that goes and doesn't impact the home arcade market going forward for Golden Tee, which has already been done to death, right? Then on top of that, it looks like we might have been wrong about Raw Thrills. Raw Thrills still may be with Arcade1Up. We might have been wrong about Arcade1Up not doing any new deluxes this year, because it looks like they're doing yet another Big Buck Hunter Deluxe rehash. That might not be a bad thing, because this is one of their better games, and I'm sure people out there still want it, but there's still questions. What's the screen going to be like? And of course, will it be a slim edition cab? Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of today's news? Are you excited for Golden Tee Arcade Classics Collection coming to console July 17th, and would you be interested in picking up a new Big Buck Hunter Deluxe Arcade1Up cabinet, and do you think there's going to be any cost-saving changes? Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.